So, good morning or good night, good evening, depending on where you are in this world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we got Nick from Nicolas Cage Fighter. He's the lead singer of the band. They're a metalcore, hardcore band from Australia, and they're about to release their second album, I Watch You Burn, on September 12th via Bleeding Art Collective. So, first of all, Nick, good morning over there in Australia.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Hector. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to have you. So, yes, this is the band's second album. You released an album and an EP after like a few years ago. So, tell us, for people that don't know Nicolas Cage Fighter, a brief history of the band.
Yeah, the band was around for about 4 or 5 years. Started about a decade ago. Our guitarist and drummer Justin and Davo, they started the band with our old vocalist Harley and our old bass player Tom. Um, they were around for a little while, put out a EP called 3350, which is our postcode. Um, and played quite a handful of local shows and did a small amount of touring at the time as well. Life happened, band sort of went on hiatus for about 4 or 5 years. I joined in to do vocals for like a closing down farewell show for this venue in Ballarat that closed down in our hometown. And then the ball's just been rolling since there. Yeah, we put out our EP Cast You Out, our first album, The Bones That Grew From Pain, and now I Watched You Burns coming out soon. Yeah, if you like heavy music and shit, you can punch people too. You'll like our music.
I like how you describe it. Shit, you can punch people. Yeah, that's a perfect description of this. So yeah, so at least you guys were not in a Parkway Drive. So because that's Australia, a lot of bands, they you said that you had something with your old code and things like that. But also, like I don't know what's there in Australia, but there's a lot of awesome bands in Australia in every different genre. Where in Australia are you located?
So we're from a place called Ballarat, which is about an hour to an hour and a half west of Melbourne, so down in the southeastern side of Australia, where it's really bloody cold and it's rainy and it's windy all the time.
Yeah. Plus, if you go to the beach, I'm sure there's a lot of sharks there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot. Not too many down on the southern side of Australia, I don't think. But yeah, you go up to the Gold Coast or you go up to the northern side, yeah, sharks and crocodiles everywhere.
No, yeah, you can't pay me to go to those beaches
Yeah, same, not a chance.
in Puerto Rico. So, the first thing that caught my attention is obviously your name. And I was reading that actually Nicolas Cage likes your band, that he said in a, which is bizarre, like that Nicolas Cage had heard of you guys. I wonder, did he listen to you guys because of the name, or how did he listen to you guys?
Yeah. His son Wes did an interview with a guy that I did an interview with a while back as well. I think his name was Chris. I'm drawing a blank. It's early in the morning. Um, and Yeah, so Wes, because Nick Cage's son, he listens to heavy music. He's got his own metal projects as well. Um, he'd heard of us and showed his dad, Nick, our band, and was like, "Hey, yeah, you got to check this out. There's this cool band." And then we were like, "Oh, sick, that's cool. They know about us. Awesome. All right, nothing we don't have to worry about. We're not going to get sued or anything for like using the name." And then that interview came out earlier on in the year where I think it was The Guardian was asking if Nick had heard about this other band called Cage Against the Machine, another great band name as well. And yeah, he just did a full shout out, said that he loves our music and reckons we're cool. It's awesome. It's so sick. We're gonna try and like see if we can either like drag him up on stage if he's ever around whenever we play a show in the States eventually, or like get him up for a music video or a cameo or something. We got to do it. 100%.
That was I was gonna say. You guys should make like a music video, like it should be like a like doing like the Face Off movie, and maybe
Yeah.
off and then Nick puts your face on it. That would be for an amazing video. But I
Oh
think
yeah.
Nicolas Cage, I would be flattered. Plus, I know he's always loved rock and roll. Well, he married Elvis Presley's daughter, so that's how he liked rock and roll. So, but I was wondering because you name, is there a story behind that, or were you fans of Nicolas
Uh,
Cage? Sure.
So it was just a joke that stuck, really. Yeah, so Justin and then Harley, yeah, the old vocalist. Harley asked Justin, yeah, hey, like start a band with me. Let's play some music and play some shows. And they'd had a pretty big night. They'd already had a lot of beers, getting up to some mischief. And yeah, Justin just said, yeah, all right, I'll start a band, but only if it's called Nicolas Cage Fighter. And it just stuck ever since then. Um, yeah, it's just a joke that stuck. We just love it. We reckon it's funny. And yeah, now that we know that we're not going to get sued and we're cool with the big man, it's sticking.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would sue. Like, you picked that. It sounds cool, but like it's a memorable name because the first thing that you look at, it's the name. I'm like, what, Nicolas Cage Fighter? So I was like, maybe they're fans of his movies, like of the movie. What movies from him do you enjoy?
So yeah, Face Off's the classic. Ghost Rider is definitely like a cult favorite that we've got amongst the band. I actually really rate that Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent that he did recently. I thought that was sick. Um,
Did you
got in.
watch the horror film he was in that you can't recognize him? That's called Long Legs.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I don't know. Maybe the other guys have, but good. Sorry, yeah, the sound cut off. What did you ask?
Oh, you won't recognize him because he's in the movie, but he looks totally different.
Yeah, I got to look at it because I've heard the name thrown around. I just haven't gotten around to. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I recognize it. Yeah, I got to get around to watching this one.
Yeah, yeah, no. But another idea for a music video, maybe you guys could do like a video where you're like in Con Air, but it should be called Metal Air. And you're just yeah, it's there's a lot of cool ideas for it. So, but joking around, this album, has serious subject matter, and you said it's because it's you were saying there's different themes, but there's like a concept that ties it. So, is this a full concept record? And if it is, like, what's the concept of I watch you burn?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely a concept album, I think. It's the story, like idea that we first started off with was a serial killer on a dying planet. Um, with like all the earlier music we'd done, it was very much about like, the internal struggles with like your sense of self and self-worth, and then like seeing the world around you and the people around you go through like the same struggles and see the world like, gripped with, pain and hate and anger and whatnot. There's definitely some like homages and parallels in the themes, and there's a lot of like little lyrical references here and there to some of like the earlier tracks and earlier songs that we've written, and some of the lyrics in the previous albums songs. But yeah, it was basically just, all right, we're on a planet. We're on Earth. The world's gone to shit. Humanity's fucked. The governments are collapsing. There's war and famine and death and terror everywhere. And this is the story of this immortal serial killer who just becomes like death himself and is responsible for just eradicating every living thing on planet Earth and dealing with what it is to live and die and to see the world around you pass.
So it's almost like a documentary.
Yeah, kind of like a first person like story through like just a dying world. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking you were saying it's a serial killer, but he's in a dying planet. I'm like, where is there's no people, then the serial killer would be mad because he has no one to kill.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's got to think about how all the blood's on his own hands, but he's the one responsible for it, but he's still alive. How does he deal with this? How does he survive? Why can't he die? You know? Yeah, we just wanted to do something that was just metal as fuck, you know? Just something more like fantastical and a bit different to what we'd done before.
And it's because there's a lot of concept records, and the one about like the world ending has been done to shit, but that spin that you're giving of the serial killer is original as fuck.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah, it's like because I'm like okay, yes, but you give it like a it's that's interesting. You give it like a different spin of this like serial killer who's destroying everything. So that's a cool story. How what was the inspiration for for this concept?
Um, so it was Justin, our guitarist. He threw that idea out. Yeah, I can remember we were just at like we were jamming, we were just practicing and like screwing around with like writing some new songs, and Justo was showing off some of the riffs, and I remember, yeah, we were chatting and I was asking about like, do you guys have like just like any song ideas or like any themes you want to go over or like any lyric ideas or titles or like anything, just spitball ideas. And yeah, Justo just threw out, yeah, serial killer on a dying planet. Um, and then yeah, we just ran with that idea from there. Got together like some working titles and like started piecing together just this story of how he's responsible for just killing absolutely everything and then watching the world burn and fall apart. It was, yeah, Justo's idea and we ran with it.
A good idea. And the good thing about, even though it's a concept record, I think you can listen to individual songs because some concept records you got to listen from beginning to end to not understand. I don't think that's the case with this record. I think each song can hold its own, even though
Thank
it's a
you.
story.
Yeah, thank you. That's kind of like how I was trying to write like the lyrics for it. I wanted, yeah, exactly that, for you to be able to listen to each individual song and have it tell its own little story that can make sense on its own in a vacuum, or that somebody could, look at from like a different perspective and take a different meaning to it rather than what I sort of expect it to mean in like the grand sense of the album as a whole, but then where you could listen to it and read the lyrics through from start to finish and have it make sense in this sort of story that we put together.
Yeah, no, but that's a good way because sometimes when there's these concept albums that they have interludes and they go if you play it out of like in different places, then people will be it doesn't make sense, but you don't have this problem with this record. So let's just talk about a few of the tracks. So you have three singles already. The first one is I Watch You Burn, which start the record, which I think is self-explanatory. Is it him? Is the story beginning at the end where he's sitting down and watching everything burn?
Yeah, yeah, it's like that's the start of the end of the world where he's decided, all right, I've watched the people around me lose their minds. I've watched governments fail to care for their people. I've watched war and famine. I've watched the world burn already. Um, why should it be my responsibility and my role and my job to like take matters into my own hands? But fuck it, this is the point where I take matters into my own hands. I've watched you burn, and you're gonna burn even more now. That's like where it starts off.
Yeah. And so when you're writing, what's your process when you were writing these lyrics? Do you like watch movies, things to news to like inspiration, or like what exactly
Uh,
use for that process?
so I actually like I do probably the opposite. I try to not listen to any heavy music. I try to not watch any like movies or TV shows because I don't. I've got a bad habit I've seen in the past. I'll inadvertently just take too much like reference or inspiration from whatever it is that I've been listening to most recently, and I've definitely got like a bit of a flavor of the month kind of interest in things. So I just cut off like all external like creative or entertainment things just so that way I've just got like as much of an unbiased approach as I can. Um, I'll usually start off with this album. We took that idea of serial killer on a dying planet. It's like okay, so we've got to set the scene. We've got to come up with the story of how is humanity falling apart and what exactly is it that he's going to do? How many people is he going to kill and how is he going to kill them and what's going to happen after he kills them and are all the bodies going to come back to life and he's going to be haunted by these memories of all these people that he's killed and then is Mother Nature and the Earth going to come back to take him or is he going to ascend or exist beyond like life as we know it, like sort of fleshed out this like just the like bare bones of like what each story would be. We had all the working titles that we'd come up with, and I really like using those working titles that the boys will come up with for songs as we're writing the album music wise to give me like little reference points that I can build like each individual story off of. So once I've got like the general flow of the album, I'll then go into each individual song and do the same sort of bare bone structure. Like, okay, if this is its own little story, how do I get from this part of the album to the next part of the album? That's my start, that's my end. What's happens in the middle? I guess it's kind of like like creative writing class in high school all over again. I'm just going back to English class in year 11 and 12. Um, I just sort of like come up with like the bones and the structure for everything. And then as I'm just like, going to work, doing my thing, go day-to-day life, if I have like these little moments where I like think of like a good couple lyrics that'd make for like a really fast, heavy riff section or like a big breakdown call out or something, I'll jot down these ideas and then just slowly sort of flesh the stories out over time and piece it all together. Sometimes, like with writing like songs like I Watched You Burn, Godforsaken Silence, Tarnished Remains as well. There are a couple that come to mind where it was like I basically wrote like those songs lyrically pretty much in one sitting from start to finish. I tweak it and change some little things here and there and swaps things around to like fit the instrumentation better. But some songs would come together really quickly and easily, and then other songs I was stuck on them for like a month or two, and I was just really sort of like struggling. And that's where I think just having that structure of what I want it to be and just dropping these ideas down over time makes it a bit easier to piece together those ones that
Yeah.
didn't click at first. So kind of a combination of processes.
What was one of the hardest one, Garden of the Greedy Mother?
Uh, it was up there. I remember it took a while to get the ball rolling on that one. And I did change that quite a fair few times. I remember that that was a pretty like conceptually that one I got pretty easily. It was just meant to be like I suppose the turning point in the album, I suppose, or like lead into the turning point of the album where like Mother Nature's come to like reclaim what's hers and take back like ownership of the earth from this fucking madman psychopath killer. Um, yeah, I think I had about like half that song written pretty easily, and then the other half. Yeah, took a lot of work and there was a lot of indecision on the lyrics of that one, come to think of it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
that's one of the favorites.
it's a cool song. That was gonna be my
It
next
is.
question. Like, do you have like a favorite one to play right now, or does it interchange?
Yeah, it changes every single time we listen to the album. All of us can't really pick a favorite, which is like a really good thing, I think. Godforsaken Silence, I think, will be up there as one of my favorites because it's a real mosh pit kind of song. It's very heavy and very angry. Um, There's Existing Beyond Death. It's a short one and it's definitely a little more hardcore leaning, but it's one of the only like really hardcore leaning songs off the album. So I think I just like it for the sake it's different. Tarnished Remains, the closing song. It's got a very 2006, 2008 kind of metalcore, deathcore feel to it. And I think I like that so much just because it's very different to what we've written in the past. But I'm sure that if you ask me that same question tomorrow, my answer would change because I like all the songs too much. We all do.
And maybe something you guys can do in the future is like a Nicolas Cage fighter video game.
Hell yeah, I'm down. Just all our music is the soundtrack.
Nicolas Cage would have to be in there. Maybe if get the people get the Street Fighter character. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Those fighting games. I don't know. It has that ring to it. I'm like that. That would be, or that could be a cool music video, like fighting, but style of like video animation, style of fighting, and with the finishing. Oh,
Yeah. I
something.
love I've
That,
always I played a shitload of Tekken when I was growing up. Like Tekken was my thing. So if like my favorite thing to do at gigs is call out like I want to see like some Tekken 10-point combos. Yeah, I reckon yeah, that'd be sick. Just get like a whole bunch of all the big characters, yeah, and just have our music on as like the background music. Like you do a finisher move and you get like all the breakdowns from the songs come on. That'd be sick.
people can tell that I'm older because I reference Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat. Precursors to Tekken, but yeah, that's a, so let's talk
Hey,
about.
same energy.
I want to show the artwork of the record so we can talk about the artwork, which is a pretty cool artwork. Oh, I forgot to write I know the artist has done a pretty awesome album covers, but I forgot to write the name. But you can say
Yeah,
it.
Giannis Narcos. I forgot that yesterday. Yeah, Giannis Narcos from Remedy Art Design. He
And
he
usually
did an inc
I write this shit down, but I forgot to write it.
Hey, no stress, man. Interviews in the morning for me. I'm forgetful as hell. No judgment.
Yeah, but that's a cool album artwork. You tell us what you wanted to convey with the artwork. How much info did you get to the artist?
Um, Not a huge amount to be honest with you. Um, we I don't think we really had like any specific ideas for what we wanted for the artwork. We got in touch with Giannis, and I think from memory, I think all we did was gave him, yeah, the album title, the general like gist, like quick synopsis of like what the album was about. Uh, yeah, I don't think we really gave him a great deal. I think we just sort of said blank slate, we like your artwork. Here's what the album's about, and here's, some of the song titles and whatnot. See what you can whip up. And that was what we got. We fucking love it. We reckon it's amazing. Yeah, he's done a
Yeah,
brilliant job.
it's a cool metal album cover, and I like how you guys write the logo. Uh, the way the logo's written because it's like hardcore slash like hip hop style.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We we got that. I can't remember which artist we got the logo from. We got it a while back now. I think yeah, like almost 6 or so years ago. We've thought about changing it. Um, but yeah, we really like it. It's just different, you know. Um, it's not no disrespect. It's not like I guess a more typical death metal logo band logo, just something. Yeah, it's clean. It's
yeah,
us.
no, it looks cool, and it's a cool album artwork. So yeah, so this album is like you describe it. It's like if Fight Club had a soundtrack today, you could put songs from that.
Hell yeah, you could.
And I'm wondering, like, does anyone in the band is because I saw like a video like parts like are any fans of boxing or any type of like fighting style?
Yeah, I, I, I don't like personally follow like any like professional fighting or anything. I enjoy watching UFC, and I think all of us enjoy watching UFC every now and then. Um, I want to say, yeah, I want to say a couple of the boys. I think Justo and Davo watch a little bit more than Connor or I do. We don't like follow it religiously or anything, but we always enjoy watching like fighting whenever we've got the opportunity to.
Yeah, but like that, do you guys yourself practice like any
Oh,
boxing or stuff
uh,
like that?
aside from a mosh pit, nah, we're old. Our knees are sore. I don't know if you can quite see it. I got too much jewelry on my face to box. I really want to do kickboxing. I never used to like have any interest in it. I want to take it up, but man, I'd catch like 1 foot here and I'd have like a massive hole in my face. I've already ripped out another dermal on this side, so it's off the table for me. But I'll go into a mosh pit and I'll throw some spin kicks and get punched in the back of the head. I'll do that any day of the week. That's as close as I'll get.
Yeah, no, no, for fun. I used to do some boxing classes, but for exercise, it's not like I want to get in a fight and lose my teeth. And
Yeah, same here. Same here.
so the album's gonna be out September the 12th. I'll post the link for the pre-orders. Are you guys gonna have like a hometown release show? What's next for the band?
Yeah, so we're in the process of putting together tours and shows. Yeah, so we're going to do a tour across Australia. We're hoping to get over to New Zealand at some point soon as well. The plan is we'd love to do Europe next year, mid to late next year. Money provided, obviously touring's expensive and international even more so because Australia is so fucking far away from everywhere. It's expensive. Um, we tried to get to the
Yeah, I
US.
think it
Unfortunately, we couldn't make it happen.
would be more than 24.
Sorry, my audio. I think my audio cut out. What was that? Sorry, what did you ask? Then my sound cut out.
Oh, well, no, that's okay. You're
I
good. You're
there we go. I got you again. Yeah, yeah. Hope we'd like to make it back to the US eventually. Go for round two there. We've got a music festival that we're playing in Perth called Froth and Fury that we just announced super recently. We're really, really pleased to be playing that. That'll be a really good opportunity to, yeah, showcase a lot of the new songs on like a big stage to a big crowd. We're really, really keen for that. Um, got a couple of little gigs that have already been planned that are coming up shortly. Yeah, a lot of stuff in the works. Not too much that's like locked in solid yet. We're still sort of putting together all dates and locations and whatnot. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. We'll be playing shows, shitload of shows. We'll be playing definitely. Just not too soon. Still got a bit of work to do first.
awesome. And once obviously post this interview, but near the album release date, I'm gonna try to do an album review.
Yeah, cool, cool.
I'm thinking I have to put some clips of Nicolas Cage somewhere in the review.
Definitely do it.
Nick, so it's been awesome chatting with you. I enjoyed the album. It's a full energetic album. No bells, no whistles, just like kick-ass music. Like great. This music is meant to be played live. Like a mosh pit of you guys must be insane. So before
It's what we
I let you
love.
go, Nick, like anything that you want to say to the yeah, I'm here, man.
Yeah, sorry. Just computer had a hissy fit. Yeah, new album September 12th. It's heavy as fuck. Yeah, come along to a show. If you rate it, send us a message, follow us on socials. The music will be available pretty much everywhere. We've got physicals and new merch coming. Yeah, we're super fucking proud of this album. Come to a show, come get crazy, stupid, violent, do some dumb shit. We love that dumb shit. That's what we're all about. Um, yeah, Nicolas Cage fighter. Fucking show us your combos, show us your pit moves.
Awesome. There was in Puerto Rico called Pit Fight Demolition.
Oh,
Like,
sick. That's a good name.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like that same vibe of like awesome stuff like that. So Nick, again, thank you for meeting me this morning, your morning in Australia to chat about this I Watch You Burn record. So Couchers, the album's gonna be out September the 12th. I'll post the link for anyone who wants to pre-order. So until next time, Coucher, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.